Hello. So sorry. You can see what I'm doing. I'm totally distracted by my game. As usual. As usual, I'm getting myself caught up in nonsense. This is a standard practice of mine. And I should be painting. That gives you an example of what happens when you get... Alexa, turn off heater. When I get too many... when I get too many things going here. All right, so let's turn on. I was supposed to be turning on my paint app, and that's. I was like, oh, I have this. I have this game thing over. So this is my Christmas Broncos sweatshirt, but it's too hot, so I can't wear it. Alrighty. I've probably been drinking way too many of these, drinking about one a day for the last 3 days. And today's no exception, but I do like them. That one tastes kind of like a cream soda. It's orange cream, makes sense. All right. All right, so I've got all my lights charged up, I hope. Then Krampus and Santa at it again. Now, I don't know if I'll get very far today, but we're gonna give it a go. It is Christmas Eve. I have my kids up here, but they're all upstairs playing poker, and I'm not playing with them, so I'm letting them have their moment. They're all doing their thing, you know. Friends or their just siblings gaming, you know. So what is it? Then we're gonna have Azal's later, so we got dinner coming. That's the plan. My wife's gonna be picking that up. That's nice of her. Go, my love. You the woman. Anyhow, so how's your Christmas Eve? Anybody out there having a good Christmas Eve? I hope even if you watch this or see this in post, that you will be able to answer, yeah, man, my Christmas Eve was awesome. So this guy, so I found out that this base has a whole bunch of candles on the bottom. So I'm gonna light these candles. But if you really think about it, this guy, look at what he's wearing. Okay, so he's got all his canvas and old worn out clothes looking stuff. You put that right there, and he's got candle. And there's a little tiny candle there too. All right next to his highly flammable canvas clothing. Something tells me that is not... I mean, yeah, I get it. He's a fiend, bad guy, right? But, you know, are their clothes fireproof? I don't get it. But hey, you know, to each his own, man. Do you want to... Just like the people used to put candles on their Christmas trees, right? They put candles on their Christmas trees, and... Oh, yeah, that was a good idea. I don't know how many Christmas fires they used to get. I'm guessing more than they should. So the Alexa, what time did the Broncos play? Alexa, what time did the Broncos play?
The Denver Broncos will play the New England Patriots in the Sunday night football game this evening at 5:15 p.m.
5:15. So I'm gonna have to find a way to turn that on. Maybe I'll just turn it on my phone so you guys don't have to be tortured by it. Or maybe you'll see it on there. I don't know. I got all my wrapping done. Yay me. So now I'm all set. And Santa can do his deliveries. I can do my deliveries. Everybody will be all set. So, yeah. All right. So, let's do this candle a little bit, shall we? So, I'm going to need some yellow. I can do some Zealot yellow, which is contrast paint, which might actually work pretty good there. But I'm going to have to get some really good, like maybe a Uriel yellow, something with a high level of pigment. so that I can put it on the candle tip. Just touch the tip, make it yellow with each one of those candles. But I want this zealot yellow because it's kind of a contrast paint, and it might, I'm going to just touch the insides and let it maybe bleed it over a little bit on the this one doesn't seem to have the pigment settling. Boy, but the white, holy white, oh god, it's got so much settling. It's just like the pigment must be so heavy because it's really hard to blend it in. Okay, guess we're going there. Alrighty. Silent. Okay, that's a clean. That's a slow kind of painful. It's a good Christmas song, but it's not the best Christmas song. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Who will find it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Think about it. That's like the easiest song to learn. I mean, anybody can sing that song. So the trick here is going to be getting this on, and I kind of wanted the wick to look black still. You know, like I'm getting the yellow on there a little, so it's going to yellow it up a little bit, but I wanted it to be dark enough and that you can tell there's a wick in there, but it also needs to be able to tell that the candle is not the wick. I'm looking at them going, I probably could do a little better with the surrounding parts around that wick. Said I don't understand why he's got candles on the floor right in front of him. Must be part of his Krampusy evil seance-ness. Well, because what was it at the end of the movie Krampus? He was doing something with fire, right? I think he was just throwing the people into the fire, throwing them into the pit. You'd have to have seen it to know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen the movie Krampus, the character Krampus was. See, it's even got this one. Even has wax dripping down. So I'm gonna have to do some kind of a, I don't know, shading on it. Let's see here. There's a little knoblet right here between the two here. I'm gonna cut that out if I can, if I can do it, hopefully without damaging either piece. Maybe. All right. Let's go ahead and. So I had those. I think the wax color I was using are the candle colors over here. Just gotta be careful not to get too much water. I don't want it to be too wet. Just want my candle to get candle covered. Apparently our guest puppy is doing some kind of nasty upstairs. It's like, why? She likes to poop and pee in our house. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying, but What can I do? I can't like say, you can't bring your dog over. I mean, I can, I suppose, but I'm not gonna do that. I mean, we have dogs, and although they don't poop and pee in the house, they're better trained than that. But oh well. We've got hardwood floors, so they're easily cleaned up. As long as you know. I mean, the worst part is when they do it and you can't. You can't. You don't see it until it's been a while, and then and they're not hardwood floors. They're what do you call it? Laminate flooring. So even that, it can be. Okay, I think I got the wick a little bit better coverage. Just want the candle to go right up to the wick. All right. I'll have to put some more candle. What can I put on there? What's a good shade for like a white? How about for a white candle? What's a good shade for that? Any ideas? I can go with a brown or a gray. I think I had a brown. Pallid bone doesn't work for me as a shade. It's too red. I don't know. I don't think I want it to be reddish. Although it could work. I could give them a little bit of a malignant green hue. Why not green candles? Green candles would be all right, huh? I mean, it would give them a hue, but it's also a contrast paint, so it's going to pop out the details slightly. And I'm okay with the candles being green, I guess. We'll just shake that up. I know some people who watch, they come by and watch me, I play in my Marvel Snap or other video games. Hey, by the way, people are going to be getting miniatures this Christmas. I know you are. Some people are going to get them as gifts. Some people are going to get them as because they want to. Check out the X case and Mage cage for your storage and display, huh? Check it out for on YouTube. These are my cases. I created them some years back, and we sell them on our website. Well, we are a little low actually on the X case, but we do have a number of Mage cages left, and check them out. Go to YouTube and Instagram, and Instagram, yeah, YouTube and Instagram. Go to check out Active Minds Games. That's the name of my business, and see what they do. They're expandable, transportable displays. You can configure them into just about any form you want, and you got a lot of options on what you can do. You can create cases of any shape and size. Just gotta pick it out, man. And then we're gonna be doing a Kickstarter, hopefully next year, assuming we can get to the magic numbers, which we have 800. That's the magic number on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page if you're interested. If you're interested in getting yourself some of these cases when they're fresh off the press, and go to Facebook and follow us on under Active Minds Games there as well, and just check them out, follow us, and then when we hit 800 people on our Facebook page, we will announce on all the things, of course. We'll announce when our Kickstarter will be. We usually probably within a couple months of hitting that goal. So yeah, check that out. Let us know what you think too. I mean, we're always want to get people's feedback. These cases, we've sold quite a few of them across the United States, but we sold out in the last few production runs that we did. Each time we've improved the cases just slightly, just slightly. Little improvement here, add a little notch there, plug a hole there, just little things. They always remain compatible. So you're never gonna like lose compatibility between the cases. But we've made minor changes to make them hang a little better, make them like one of the things we did. Well, we came out with the clear units. That was the last thing we did. The last production run we did had clear units, and those are amazingly popular. So much so we way underestimated how popular they'd be. And we did not produce enough. And sadly, by not producing enough, we didn't have enough money to make the next production run. But it's a blessing in disguise of sorts, because we found that they were just a little too soft. And under heavy use, if you're constantly snapping them and separating them a lot, they could wear down a little faster than the opaque colors, the blues, reds, blacks that we had. Blues, reds, blacks, greens, or grays, and whites. So we found that let's make them all polycarbonate. The next production run is going to be all polycarbonate. And what does that mean to you? That means they're going to be harder, more durable, a little more expensive. Yeah, I know. It's like that's kind of a sucky part of it. But hey, you make things out of a better product, better material. You gonna have to pay for it, and unfortunately, that is one of the drawbacks. So we'll be doing that, but they are nice. I have had samples of them, and they look really good, and I'm looking forward to getting them produced. They're very nice. Oh, and the polycarbonate, the clear polycarbonate, it's even more clear than the clear ones we had before. I mean, it just has this almost crystal clear look to it. I don't know how they're going to be for sun discoloration. I think they're supposed to have a coat on them. In fact, I know they do have a coat of I don't know what they call it. I don't know. It's supposed to protect them against like sun coloration. And so far, I haven't had a problem with any kind of sun coloration on my samples that I have. So that's good. But I can't very much say in the long run, because I just take their word for it, because I haven't had enough of them. I don't have enough feedback on them, because I've never made these ones in mass production. So but anyway, I expect they're going to be pretty dang awesome. They already look really good. If you go check them out on Active Minds Games on YouTube and Instagram, and you'll see the clear ones and the all the other colors that we've made in the past. And we are going to make some colored ones. We'll make white for sure, because that's it's like the second most popular color. Probably a little less so when we have clear in stock, but still, the black ones are next. Blue ones do all right. We'll probably make a little bit of blue again, and we'll probably make well, we did at one time have some of our earliest production runs. We made translucent colors, but they kind of discolor your figures, because light comes through a red case, and all your figures have a red hue to them. So that's not necessarily good. So we thought, we don't need the translucent cases. I mean, plus they were only moderately popular, probably for that very same reason. That kind of caused some minor issues. So with that said, we will be doing probably no translucents. They were kind of cool, but only as a case. Now the black ones are the most popular cases as far as just colors go, and the blue ones. I personally I have very few black ones. I mean, I have quite a few, right? Because I use them for displays. I go to conventions. I use them for my own miniatures because I've got access to them. But we've got a lot of inserts. So if you want to know how the minis are held in place, we've got magnetic strips that go on the inside. And we also have magnetic strips that go on the inside, and we have flex iron that you put on the base of your figures. and then that holds that. You put that in the base, and then they stick to the magnet. And the flex iron is like 1/16 of an inch thick. It's super thin, so you can safely expect your minis are gonna. You can't even tell. You put them on the table. It's not even like you have anything on them. So, and if you have a slightly heavier mini, you can double it up, make it a little bit stronger hold on the magnets. We're actually looking into using trying to see if we can get some disc plates made too, which are really strong. A little bit more. It'd be a little bit more expensive to get them, but ultimately they'll be really strong if you have like heavier minis or you really want them to hold in place. Because when you put metal like washers and stuff on the bottom of minis, they'll stick to the magnets really strong, but it's almost overkill. But yeah, so we're gonna have and we're gonna do some of the cool inserts we're doing. We're gonna have these shelves that you can put in, and then they have these little drawers that can slide under the shelves. You can configure them to the size and shape that you want. Like you might only have shelves that fill up half the case, or you may only split the case in half and then horizontally, and then you can. I don't know how hard it would be to make a little wick on these, or a little actual flame. Use like some gooey, gunky stuff, and then paint it white. I wonder if that's doable. I mean, I'm sure it's doable, but it's a really tiny, tiny spot, so I don't know how well it would come out. But anyway, additionally, we'll have like big drawers for like tokens and larger things, some smaller ones for dice, different depths for thicker dice. If you want to put more thick dice in, or some games just have a lot of tokens in them. So like when you go to the game shop, you don't necessarily want to carry around, um, a separate box for your minis, separate from your minis that carries your tokens and everything else. So we're going to put these shelf things in that you could actually um, use to carry all your tokens and stuff with you. Now, granted, if you carry maps and all that stuff, I can't do anything about that because they won't fit in the cases. But there are options, and it just reduces what you have to carry with you. One less thing to worry about, right? Go to the shop, you'll have everything in your case with you. And but it's a big Kickstarter, so we can't we won't be able to launch it until we've got a pretty good idea that we've got decent amount of people interested in backing it. So that comes down to you guys. 800, magic number. Get 800 people on our Facebook page, and you can help us launch the X case, the new ones. All right, so now the question is, what do I do here? I feel like I need some shading, some color of some kind. Tan, browning, maybe some tan color that's lighter than this, of course, but maybe green. Green feels too healthy. I want it to be an unhealthy green, not desolate brown green, but like something unhealthy. I think this is my orange I put in under here. This is too. It didn't matter. It didn't do the trick. I was going to use it as a highlight, but it turned out that as a highlight, it wasn't the right color. It's too wet. It's a contrast paint. See, what can you expect? You can expected to be a little bit more contrasty than it was, that's for sure. But it's an express color. I think it'll be fine when it's used specifically to make something like a hue of orange or to give it an orange hue, but it's not great as its own thing. So I'll put another layer on that later. What time is it? Oh, 20 minutes for the Bronco game. Yep, Broncos going to be playing tonight. They got to win. They have to win tonight. If there's any hope for a miraculous playoff appearance this year, they got to win tonight. So, kind of have the candles prepped. I am leaning towards actually putting, making those candles a slightly different color so that the yellow pops a little bit more. So that, you know, something like maybe what color would be good? A brown candle? What's better than a brown candle? Plus, I need it to separate a little from the stuff around it. It is kind of light, but it's not like... I don't want to do a yellow candle because that would be silly. How about a red candle? A reddish candle? Maybe I should put the orange on, but orange probably wouldn't contrast enough to the yellow though. Even as just a highlight to the color I have there. What if I use like a... What if I use this military shader? Just to brown them up. Make them like a tan color candle. Would that do anything? Let's go see. It's not going to take much for sure. 'Cause they're tiny candles. I'm just trying to put it on where I think, you know, give a little detail, just make the candles just a little less the same as the color around them without actually turning them into another color. Because when you have a candle, right, when the cat wax is running down, it kind of looks like it's got to have some contrasty stuff going on. You got the hot candle wax and the... It's not even the same color as what I put on the... I'm going to have to... Maybe I'll put some pallid bone or something on this. Pallid bone, only problem with pallid bone as a color is it's very red, and these are like dead bones. I don't mind a pallid bone when I'm doing like a skeleton or something, but yeah, it's not so great for a dead bone. So that's the thing. What do you use then? That's not too bad, but I don't want the black. I got black under here. Maybe I should use like a black wash highlight, like a or gray maybe, or a brown, or maybe just what I just used, desolate brown. Thing is, I don't want to do an absolute wash on this because it'll darken it too much. But I do like the idea of a wash on these bones. Pallid bone is so red. I don't know if that's gonna work for me. What if I do a light tone brown? Like a light tone quick shade. That might work.
From your calendar, New England Patriots versus Denver Broncos starts in 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Thank you, Alexa.
From your calendar, New England Patriots
Gonna
versus
remind me
Denver
again.
Broncos starts in 15 minutes.
From my calendar. I didn't even know she had it on her calendar. It's like, she says from my calendar. I'm like, my calendar? That's in my calendar? I don't know why is that on my? How did I have a calendar on the? I don't even remember having a calendar on my Alexa, but whatever. It's probably just because I put that on my things I like or whatever they do. Oh, we can follow this for you if you tell us what you like. Throw random reminders to you when your games are on. It's like, oh, okay. Putting a little contrast on this skeleton's bones here. Like I said, I think this is like some kind of a horse. Can't be sure because I have no idea what a horse's skeleton looks like, but I think that's what this is. I don't know. There's it's weird. Well, maybe that is like the teeth of a horse. You know, like a horse's teeth. I don't know. Maybe I will take a black liner, separate these bones out. I know you're supposed to be pretty generous with washes, but I'm having trouble. I'm trying to just be generous in the areas I want it, so that it can do its separating thing, but also not cover up the entire model. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not being generous enough to get the full effect, but I think it's not too bad. All right, so now I'm going to take this. I think this is my black over here. Well, I think they went to pick up our dinner. Zell's. I don't know if you have any Zell's where you're at, but it's pretty delicious. Just saying. If you like chicken, they're pretty good. They're basically the modern day KFC. I know they have Popeyes in some places. I guess that's the same thing. I guess. So I'm doing with this. So I'm drawing lines. Drawing lines to separate these. Now, I don't normally do this, to be honest. Some people really swear by it. They basically draw lines into the cracks and crevices to get that extreme shadow. I normally just use washes, but I'm trying it today. Trying all kinds of new stuff with these two guys. New to me. It's not new. New to me. There's nothing I do that's new to anybody other than myself. Well, other painters maybe, but other new painters. Tried NMM, didn't quite do it. I call it a fail slash found something that worked for me that was just as good and less effort. But I might still kind of try it. I mean, I did it a little bit with the sword, and I'll show you that for Santa's sword. And I'll show you that in a moment. These are when you do stuff like this, it's a very intricate effort. I'll say that. you can't just, you can't like not be focused. Now I'm getting better at being focused and talking or doing whatever, but it's still never been a strength of mine. Being able to let your mouth do the explanations while you're doing the work. Because it can be very, very challenging. Because it takes, your brain has to be able to basically multitask, right? Now, one thing I don't want to do is get black on the snow. One does not want to have black snow. Okay, yeah. Still got to figure out how I'm going to do the dry brushing for the... I wonder if I should just take black and do the inside of this skull so it looks more shaded out. We'll take a little bit more and put it inside of his mouth. It's a pretty deep mouth. Okay. Now, I think don't want to scrape this. Scrape this little bit off of his ankle or off of this horse's hoof thing. I'm just scraping this off because it doesn't seem like a very good place for snow to be kind of just hanging off. And if it was icicles, I could see it, but it's not. It's not icicles. If icicles would be a different color. But that's an interesting thought. Alright, so I just need to get my... I don't even have any idea where I last put the pallid bone. Or not bone, or pallid bone, but just bone. What is it? It's skeleton bone, I think is what it's called. Yeah. Put another little bit of skeleton bone on his body. No idea where this goes. I wonder how many people are, I mean, right now it's getting to be that time, right? You're like spending time with friends and family, hopefully. I hope you're all enjoying your Christmas Eve. So I realize that it's quite possible you don't have time to be watching me stream. But that's all right. Just enjoy your family, man. That's what this is all about, right? Getting together, celebrating our Lord's birthday together with those you love, just being thankful, kind of like Thanksgiving, for sacrifices, for the sacrifice made for us. Yay. And now we just get to enjoy, thanks to that sacrifice, this holiday. Just keep that in mind. I mean, if you're celebrating Christmas, if you don't celebrate Christmas, then, you don't have to. But, if you do, just keep in mind that it's all about that sacrifice. Meant to save us from ourselves, because we're all kind of, well, gotta admit it, I know I am. We're all kind of mess ups. Maybe not all the time, but often enough that we are not worthy of all the wonderful blessings that we are given. But that doesn't seem to stop them from being given to us. So be thankful for that, for sure. Here I am. Yep. There's plenty of people out there, atheists, or they just don't have that faith, and they're not celebrating Christmas. They're just going to hang out at home. It'd still be nice to spend time with your family, and I hope you do. There's plenty of atheists that have plenty of family, and they're going to have doing stuff, and whatever you do, I hope it's an enjoyable day, and one filled with lots of company. That's what we're doing in this season. Some people like to say happy holidays because there's other holidays that are out there. I know a lot of them. I mean, obviously we got Hanukkah, which is kind of maybe not Christian but it's same God, right? Maybe not same Savior. They don't believe that part, but still, it's a time to celebrate other wonderful works that God has accomplished in people's lives at some point. It's just me putting a little extra coat of the bony color on here because it's a little light in places, so I'm just trying to fix it a little. Plus I have a couple spots that I scraped off the white, so I want to make sure that gets covered up. And I've always wondered, what does a horse's leg look like as a skeleton? And I assume this is supposed to be a horse's leg as a skeleton, but this is showing like the hoof and everything, and I always thought the hoof was like not bone. Because people hammer into it, and I would think you hammer into it to put a horseshoe on it. You're gonna be hurting it, right? Because bone has nerves in it. Trust me, I know. Because I've had doctors do stuff that was like inject whatever into like a bone spur or a crack or whatever in your leg, your foot. It hurts like a son of a gun. And I tell you, it ain't just that puncture in the tiny skin that's hurting. No, no, they're drilling that puppy into the bone, and the bone is going, yeah, what are you doing? So trust me, I know bone hurts. I don't think I'd want somebody nailing a horseshoe into my foot. And it's mostly bone down there, so I'm telling you. If I think horses would react more than I see them, so I don't know. I didn't think it was bone, unless it's just like an area where there's just not that many nerves, which I guess I could kind of see. It's just it's just bone without any nerve. I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess I just don't know enough about a horse's anatomy. They're playing some kind of a game upstairs that has them pounding. So if you hear that pounding, they're playing something that's pound friendly. I think my brush might be getting a little dry. So, all right. So this is supposed to be a surprise element, surprise. What do you call it? Scenario for my campaign. And one of the people who's in my campaign was over last night playing a game with us, and I had a friend of mine over that knew about this because he actually comes by and watches my stream. And he was talking about it, talking about these. Hey, you gonna get these done or whatever? And I was like, yeah, eventually. It's just he's like, so the person sitting there going, Krampus. What is if Krampus gonna be for any particular thing? And I'm like, no, just collection. And he's like, I'm like, oh, dude, stop talking, don't talk about it no more. He didn't know that he shouldn't be talking because he didn't know Dana was part of the group. She's the one that was there. She was there playing games with us, and I was like, don't talk about it. She's part of the group. She's not supposed to know about it. I was like, oops. Oh well, I guess I could have warned him. Dana's gonna be here. Don't talk about Krampus. Because he's the bad guy, the big bad. They're going to be fighting at some point. But, so. All right, so food's here. I'm going to take a quick break. And I will be back. I have to turn on my game here pretty soon too. And what did I do 45 minutes? I feel like I get credit for 45 minutes. I'm going to say 45 minutes. It was not a ton done in 45 minutes, but I did do it. But so base is almost ready. I gotta do something with I don't know. I feel like, actually, I didn't realize this, but I think this bone, now that I look at it from a more broad approach, I think it's actually more of it than I thought. I think it's going all the way back to here. And I kept looking at this going, is that part of it? And then when I finally got a good look at it, it said, yeah, that's part of it. Now I have to. It's almost like this horse is half buried, because I feel like there may even be there may even be fur or horse, horse skin or something. I don't know what they're playing, but it sounds like slapjack almost.
Food is here, babe, whatever you want to eat.
All right, I'll be right up. I'm coming shortly. So yeah, I think it's coming out pretty good. It's almost ready to be some progress. But I will stop that now. Almost ready to glue Krampus on. Maybe tonight. But I'm going to take a break, turn on my football game for a bit, and then I'm going to go eat some dinner, and I will be back. I will be back because I got lots of painting to do. So if you want to come back and chat about Christmas, talk about Santa and where's he at about now, I think he's probably started his evening runs, right? Because right now it's 8 o'clock in New York, so it's even later. He's got to be in Europe by now. But, he's got 24 hours to deliver these things. So at some point that starts, and he's getting them out there. I don't know how long. So he's got, if he moves, let's say it takes him 30 seconds at every house. Is that too long? I mean, how many billions houses do you have to? Now, because there's 4 billion children. For whatever reason, I don't know, non-believing alarm systems, whatever, he doesn't deliver to all the children. There's things that stop him. I don't know what they all are. But, so if you figure that out, he's got short periods of stop, but then if he's traveling against the sun or the clock positions, and he can pretty much instantly go to the next spot, and he makes up ground at each stop, right? How much time can he make up if it's pretty instantaneous going to every one? Probably can't do 30 seconds. Huh? He's probably got like 10 seconds per house. Get in there, grab a cookie, drop the presents, out the door. That's it. Efficiency at the best. But yeah, he's got to be going now, right? 24 hours, all he gets. It's a lot of work. Got to be impressed. Yeah, I said it. Santa. I know about Santa. I know all about him. Hey, you guys have a good Christmas Eve. If nobody stops by, says hi. But if you do, have it anyway. And follow, please. I always like followers and subscribers. And, I got some goals. I want to give away some mage cages here, but when I hit 150, I'm going to give 2 away when I hit 150 on Facebook, and 2 away when I hit 150 subscribers on YouTube. And if I could get there, let's say by the end of January, which is when I will do if I can get there by the end of January, I will include LEDs in those. I will add LEDs to those lights. So that's actually an extra expense. It's not just what I have in stock. But I will do it. I will do it if we can reach it. But hey, I need your help. Subscribe and follow, please. Have a good one. Until next time, goodbye.